masks. Let's talk about masks. All right, now this mask is, I believe, a Japanese mask. Masks are used all over the world and have been used for thousands and thousands of years. We're going to be doing the African mask image like Willie Cole. Why do we use masks? What do masks do? Well, they change us. They change our face. So you can be whoever you want. And that's why they're used all over the world and for thousands of years, because if you want to be an animal or a really important person, you can put the mask on, and then when you're having a play or you're doing a dance or a ritual, then immediately everybody knows who you are. So now, I told you to bring, all you need is cardboard, glue, scissors, and some extra cardboard. We'll get to that in a minute. Don't go any smaller than this. Obviously, I like to eat Triscuits. Your mask image is going to be about this size, so that's half of a sheet of regular printer paper. All right. And so if you use a gift box, then you'll know you can just cut, two of them out of that. If you use a cereal box, you're going to get two pieces out of the front. You do need two pieces, two rectangles. Now, some shapes you might consider when you're doing your African mask. You can make that kind of shield shape that's flat on the top, like that. You can make the almost like oval, kind of long oval shape. You can make that upside down teardrop shape. I think, and here's one that's kind of like a diamond, but you can see that it's kind of rounded. Let me do a better job on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are 4 basic shapes you can use. All right. So what you're going to do, now I'm going to turn our camera so you're just watching me do this. One more thing. So you have your 2 shapes. You also need some more cardboard, or you can use some of the extra cardboard. You might want a little bit of what we call texture. This is from the inside of a box. So if you have a carton that came in the mail and you pry it open, you might see that. Or this is sandpaper, which gives a nice, it gives a nice like rough texture. So those are 2 kinds of cardboard you might use too. We can't use paper. So, all right, now that should be good. All right, great. Now you can see what we're doing. Pick it up a little bit. I don't like these too slanted. All right, so the first thing, once again, as I always say, you're going to do it in pencil. I'm going to do it in marker. So if I, put the shape on here first. All right. So, because I'll tell you, we want it symmetrical. All right, so you have a better chance. If you fold this in half, do half a mask. All right, and then you'll have a pattern. So this is the shield shape. It's a little big. I have to trim that because my cardboard's a little small. Don't make it bigger than your cardboard. Or let's see. The teardrop shape. So that is going to be sort of like you do this. That's an interesting shape. So if you do half the shape, it would be symmetrical. That makes it any easier for you. But either way, do it on paper first, so you're not wasting your cardboard if you don't like it. You can always get another piece of paper. All right. Put it on our cardboard. That's still a little long, this one. Let me just trim. Make sure it fits. All right. You could see where we're going with this. I'm going to do it in marker so you can see it. You don't have to. All right, that's going to be the shape of our. This is super simple, but it's going to be really great when we're done. It's one of those things we're going to have to let this sit till next week. You're going to bring it back next week after you're done with it. You're going to get this part done. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. You're going to glue it on to this rectangle. I would suggest you use this, guys. Maybe some of your smaller, and you don't need a lot. All right? Dots. Dot, 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 dot. You do not need a lot. See that? That is all. All right. Doesn't matter whether the Triscuit is showing or the brown is showing. Nothing is going to matter except the shapes on this. All right. Now, what do you need on your mask? So, I don't know if you remember, but when we want to make things match, what we can do is fold it in half, draw once, and then we cut. And when we cut, we are going to get two. So, if this is going to be my eyes, wow, those are big eyes. I like them. It's almost alien, right? Look at that. All right, so those are my big eyes. You don't have to make yours so big. You don't need a lot to get them to stick. All right, now, if you want eyebrows or something that stands for eyebrows, certainly if you want to. And you could use like any shapes you want to make any of this. All right. Did you notice I'm not like really drawing? Drawing is not going to work for this, guys. Only the cutout shapes. And here's the really good part. Here, that's what we have so far. All right, so here's the really good part. You can layer it. So let me get some more of our cardboard. I'm going to show you how to do this. So what if I want big eyeballs in my eyes? We're not going to draw them on. You can layer. So here are my eyeballs. You can look at some of those masks on our slideshow for some ideas. All right, is it going to be a fierce mask? Is it going to be kind of a friendly mask? Okay, now you only have one mask, guys. You don't have to cut two. All right, so that you can just draw and cut, or you can fold it in half and draw half a mouth. And that way it'll be symmetrical on both sides of our mouth. So it would be something like that. What about that? That's kind of almost like a mustache, right? I think I am going to do that. That's pretty good. And don't forget, all right, so we're going to go like that. All right. And that's only half a mouth. I'm going to put a triangle for the bottom of his mouth. And I'm going to make it overlap. I don't know why I'm saying him. But, so anything you want on yours, you have to cut a piece of cardboard and stick it on. There is no drawing on this. There's no nose on this either. So let's have a nice nose. All right. Once again, if you want the nose the same on both sides, we can fold the cardboard and cut one that gets opened up. Looks like this, right? Okay, texture. Where is this? All right, maybe I want to make some decorations on this guy. Maybe he has some wild decorations on his forehead. Look at that. Don't forget, just like Lily Cole, we're using stuff that's around the house and changing it into something else, a piece of artwork. So here you go. That's his decoration. His eyes. Now let me see if I can get these to work. Let me see. I wouldn't mind putting two things that go kind of on his eyes. Layer. You can layer right on top of the other ones. You're going to have to let this dry, see, a couple days. So, oops, a lot of squishy glue going around. All right, do you see that? See how we put stuff on stuff, top of stuff? So if you want to put another decoration on his nose, I wouldn't mind putting this on it. Let's put, and if you come back the next day and you want to make another decoration on top of it, that is cool too. All right, so that's that. I always like something on the cheeks. I don't know how you feel about that. Do we want to do this? Triangles always seem to go with face decor. They fit into like kind of like where your bones structure would be. I think that's more than enough, guys. All right, that is it. Guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna keep it. You're gonna let it dry. You're gonna bring it back next week because we're not finished. So when this guy dries, you're gonna see what we're gonna do to him next week. All right, got that? All right. Once again, I'm going to show you some of the shapes you might be able to make. A shield type shape, oval. I did the teardrop. This is kind of like a rounded diamond. You can make a regular diamond. All right. Do a good job.